れなき調査の旅へ。ソフィアです。よろしくお願いします。
What's up everyone, Lad here. Summer Sofia is here along with Fiora. She's an apothecary of the Wolf faction hailing from Emberglow. She is a wind damage dealer that can give Odette, another wind user, a run for her money. Her gimmick allows her to buff up her damage and abilities. Let's go ahead and take a look at her kit. Her VA first, of course. Yuki voices many familiar characters that I know, from Tsuyu from My Hero Academia, Tatsumaki from One Punch Man, and Lumen from Genshin Impact. Let's go ahead and check out her abilities. For her notable damage skills, she has one hit axe physical attack, potency 140, and also reveals one weak spot. And then she has a 3-hit single target wind elemental damage, potency of 65. If Marine Wisdom 1 is active, she recovers 20 SP, and if Marine Wisdom 2 is active, she recovers 1 BP. So Marine Wisdom 1 activates when she has 8 buffs on her, and it changes her abilities. Marine Wisdom 2 activates when she has 16 or more buffs, and again her abilities change, and she gets a buff. And then her next ability, she gets a 3-hit AoE wind elemental damage, let's say 65, and if Marine Wisdom 1 is active, she gets 4 hits, and if Marine Wisdom 2 is active, she gets 5 hits. And then for her nuke, she gets a 1-hit wind elemental damage, potency 260, and if Marine Wisdom 1 is active, she gets a modifier 1.2 times, and if Marine Wisdom 2 is active, she gets a 1.5 modifier. And then for ultimate, it's the same as her nuke, the 1-hit wind elemental damage, potency 500 at level 1 and 600 at level 10. And again, Marine Wisdom 1 gives her an increase of 1.2 times damage, and Marine Wisdom 2 gives her 1.5 times damage modifier. For her notable support skills, she gets a 20% ice and wind AoE resistance. If Marine Wisdom 1 is active, she can recover HP for a single ally, and if Marine Wisdom 2 is active, she also recovers SP for that same ally. And then just like other apothecaries, she has an AoE HP regen, potency 150, and this ability increases fire and lightning resistance by 20%. For her passives, she activates Marine Wisdom when she has 8 buffs on herself, and then she activates Marine Wisdom 2 when she has 16 buffs on herself. She gets a 15% wind damage and 15% elemental attack up. And then her next passive, at the start of battle, she gets a random increase of 10% to physical attack, elemental attack, physical defense, and elemental defense for 2 turns. And then she has a 20% in lightning resistance and 10 in wind. Looking at her stats, she's got a boatload of SP, almost too much. At 562, she completely blows the apparent apothecaries out of the water. Her elemental attack and defense are higher, as she is an elemental attacker. Her physical attack is the lowest, but that's fine. She doesn't have any great physical abilities. Her physical defense is on the lower side, which could be a problem if she gets hit. So should you pull? Compared to AX Fiora, who's also coming out of her, she is the unit that you could pull if you wanted to. If you already have Odette and feel confident in your wind characters, you can probably skip her. Teaklin just got a big upgrade with the introduction of soul weapons, so if you're missing a great wind user, Teaklin is also a free character. EX Sofia is again a very strong wind user with healing capabilities, but as of right now, wind is covered by many characters. Her passive that gives her buffs is nice to have, but it requires setting it up. Longevity, she pairs well with Odette and other wind users, and she's nice to have, but moving forward, we want characters with multiple attack types. She is limited to only wind and has no multi-axe attacks, which is kind of a turn off. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Character design 5 out of 5. Summer units are always top tier. Voice actress 4.5 out of 5. Yuki. She voices a lot of familiar characters. Abilities 3.7 out of 5. While they're nice to have, if you're going up against someone like Yanlong who dispels your buffs, her passive is a bit useless in fights like that. Longevity 3 out of 5. She is a very strong wind user, but again, we've been spoiled with characters that have different attack types, and that is something we want moving forward. Time limited, fortunately she is 0 out of 5. Overall impressions 3.7 out of 5. She's nice to have. Again, if you already have someone like Odette, Lars, Scarecrow, Teaklin, your wind coverage should be fine. Anyways, to those who are pulling for EX Sofia and EX Fiora this Wednesday, good luck in your pulls. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Let out.